Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Jaydee once again for a weekend episode of our daily stock market insights. Here I review stocks in the Philippine market and sometimes in the US market. It depends if you would like to request for those, then I can review them for you. So if this is the type of video or content that you want to watch every single day, then this is the channel for you. I do this every single day. Alright, so feel free to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. Alright, so let's get started. Let's talk about the Philippine market and let's check them out first. Oh, nice. So last Friday, yesterday, we noticed a green candlestick in our index. Alright, so we were anticipating that this could potentially bounce around the 6,600 level, and we were correct. It indeed manifested, but it's one day worth of performance. So if we see another green, perhaps to build on that reversal movement, then we're good, because we can have something like this and a continuation can happen. So hopefully, if that thing happens, then that's a good sign, because in this case, then we have a higher low. So if you notice, this one is our previous support, and if this establishes here, then as you can see, it's slightly higher than the previous low over here. So that's a good sign. So chances are when we move higher, then it would challenge the next possible resistance first before it creates a higher high. So it could either test this level, which is previous support here as well. And if volume and buying sentiment is really strong, then chances are we could easily break that and challenge the next resistance level, which is now around the 7,299 level or 7,300. So far, I think it's also giving us some good signs, because look, volume is starting to pick up here. And during this midweek last week, the selling sentiment is also starting to decline. So that's a good sign. Here, a lot of probably investors are already engaged in the index. However, look at this. This is foreign selling that's happening. So if we continue to build the volume here, even though the selling sentiment or the foreign selling is still high, then that's a good sign, because local investors like us are starting to really participate in our market, which is going to be a good sign. So hopefully we outnumber them in the future. Okay. But for now, we're still highly dependent on the moves of the foreign investors in the country. All right, so that's our take. We have potentially triggered a possible bounce around the 6,600 level. Now let's find out how our individual stocks are performing. Okay, so what I did here is I just sorted the stocks with the most number of trades. So let's first talk about DITO. DITO over here is a bounce, right? We're just slightly higher than the previous end price. So we only increased by 0.88 with some solid foreign buying that happened. So hopefully we continue to move higher. So maybe something like this. We just dipped, but for sure, I just want to confirm, but I think I read or watched somewhere that the launch of DITO is going to be on the 8th of March. So just correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Just drop a comment for the right information, but that's the last info I got. March 8th, they are going to have their launch. So what are we expecting then? So chances are we could really shoot up in the coming days, and hopefully you guys were able to already entered in the stock and have took advantage of the dip. So basically I also did the same. I took advantage of the dip and added a few more. shares. Now my average is up, and it's now at around 8 peso and I think 15 cents. We used to have it at 6 peso level, right? But that's fine for as long as we have more shares. I'm a mid to long term investor for DITO. Let's see where the rally is going to bring us in the future. Okay, but definitely 14.94 or 15 peso level, that's already a good area to add more here. LRW. So I don't know the story for LRW. Look at the market cap here is 165 million. Compare it to, let's see, DITO, BDO, PHA. So with the market cap being so small, then of course chances are it will be very easy to push the price higher. So my recommendation here, guys, is really be very careful if you want to still engage in LRW. This could just be short-lived. So if you are to ask me, the true and justifiable price level as of this time would just be around the 1.27 area. So if you still would like to enter in this stock, make sure you're very near the 1.27 level. So just in any case, the fluctuation happens and you're given the chance to enter it around 1.27, even better. Okay, in the meantime, I'm not a big fan of short-lived spikes. Yes, true, you could be an instant millionaire if this thing happens, especially if you're able to get in here around this level and it reaches around the 3 peso level, and you have really good volume when you entered in the stock. But on the flip side, right, if you entered a significant amount here and then you are trapped somewhere up here, then of course your funds is going to be stuck there. Okay, so try your best to enter as near as you can to the 1.27 level. I have a feeling it will potentially go down. Okay. BDO started to trigger a possible bounce around the 103 level. Look at that volume, guys. So that could already mean something. That means people are already starting to show interest in this stock and starting to accumulate. So chances are we might expect for the stock to rally in the coming days. Look at this. Imagine this from this type of volume on the 16th of November, right? Very small. And then all of a sudden there's a shift in the volume, big spike in the volume. And it's also a bounce area. So imagine the next few days it rallied significantly. Then it just dipped. Imagine if you were able to hold on to your position and exit around the 114 level. Then it's a much better story, right? I know my average here before I exited. So it was, I think, around the 93 level, but I can't remember the date I entered. I know it's in my ledger, but around that. And then I also was able to exit around 114. So that gave me 22%. But I did not exit everything. I entered and exited in tranches. So I exited partially here, and then when it declined, then I released some again. And I know my lowest exit point here was around 106. But just to bring back the conversation to volume, right? From let's say if the stock is on a decline, for example, like this, on a decline, and then as it goes down, the volume is also starting to diminish or decline. As you notice right here, while we are going down, your volume is also starting to go down. And then one day here, and this is also a very good setup, very constricted, and then all of a sudden, the next day starts to trigger the upper band, pair it with the right volume, and then slowly it moved higher and higher. This is also another good picture here. It declined, retraced, and then the next day is the green paired with the right volume. So I'm anticipating that with what happened in the market last Friday, even though there was a foreign selling that happened, take note of this volume and then this green candlestick. Okay, if you notice, it's also engulfing the red candlestick. When I say engulfing the red candlestick, the green ended much higher than the previous day's spread, right? So very promising setup for BDO. My take here is anywhere between 103 to 105 is already a good entry for this stock. You know what? I am adding this. Okay, I gotta do that later. But I'm gonna add this to my watch list again. PHA. PHA is a bounce for me. Yeah, it is. Although there's a resistance nearby, and that's around the 3.21. So if you are, let's say, a mid-term to long-term investor, then this is still a good entry for you to add more volume. Hopefully, you were able to add a significant amount of volume while it was already climbing up. Although for me, it's already on the expensive side if you are doing probably swing trading. But if you're doing mid to long term investing, then this is still an okay level because you can never tell. The potential of the stock could even shoot up twice, three times its current value right now. But for traders out there, the risk to reward ratio is not very ideal because you're very near a possible resistance. Not unless we go break the 321 level, and then when that happens, then chances are it is the market who will dictate the next level for our resistance, and sometimes it could shoot so high. Okay, so that's the beauty of all-time high place. Next is URC. URC is still triggering our lower Bollinger Band. So look at this. If the band is triggered, okay, band is triggered, chances are there's a significant movement in that direction. So all we gotta do is look for the next possible support, and to do that, we screen to the left as we go down, and then find the key levels. And right off the bat, the most obvious one is right over here. Okay, the reason why I said that is I see this one, so several times, and it's an area, guys, so that's why you'll see slightly higher or slightly lower points where I placed the line. So that is the nearest support I can see as of the moment. So if you feel that URC is already cheap, don't rush, because I know you can still get in at a cheaper level, which is around the 119. So let's check that again. Or you can drop a comment. Let me know if you want this to be reviewed so I can prioritize. All right, so 119 level. ACEN. ACEN for me is a bounce. Okay, so yeah, it is a bounce. Well, the lowest point last Friday was 7 peso, which is very near the 696 area that I plotted. So this used to be a resistance. Now looks like it is going to create a support right there. So just to quickly share what I did last Thursday, because I know we ended lower than the MA20 line, right? So that for me was already a threat to my position. Although my average here was around the 6 peso level, 6 something. So it was already a threat to my profit. Okay, so I was able to lock in a 12% profit, and like here, I think if I was able to exit everything right here, I know I exited partially over here, But if I exited fully over here, then that could have given me around 20+% gain. But with me exiting around 719 level, then that gave me around 12% gain. And looks like it just bounced the next day. So I gotta stick with my plan. But overall, looking at the chart here, looks like there could be a continuation in this setup. So we could be crossing the MA20 level, but I will not chase that because my take here is I can I'd like to haggle for a few cents. If it does not hold, then this stock is for me. But I will have to respect the initial plan that I have. At least if it goes down to probably up to this level, then I can do test buy. 641, right? Then I can do test buy there. But if in case you want to make sure that you are already in the game, 696, 7 peso level is still fine. Probably my suggestion here, practical approach to this trade is number one, ACEN is really good because again it's renewable energy and managed and owned by the Ayalas, right? So I'm sure there are a lot of promising things. I know they have uh, they've set up a solar farm in Australia, and then there's another one recently. I just cannot remember where, but they're aggressive in terms of growth here. So 7 peso level, if you want, you can do test buy, and then if in case it does not hold, then just take advantage of those dips and buy some more. All right. So that's my take. Let's talk about green. Green, wow, good bounce, good bounce. So that's a 13.86% gain. So my take here is that in the Philippines, if you see a 13.86% change in the price, some people will lock in some gains, and chances are it could retrace sometimes within the day. So if you still would like to chase this, my take again is this is already a level for mid to long term investors, those people who don't really mind staying in the stock for a little longer period of time. So let's say it drops to 396, then that's an okay. Do just buy there. But if you're a swing trader, position trader, I I find that on the expensive side already, especially because uh, you're at the overbought level. But then again, some people are momentum traders. They're okay with riding the wave. So there could still be some more potential or room for the stock to move even higher. So just closely monitor that. Try to look at the daily chart, and then when you trade it, zoom in a little bit to a faster time frame so you can take advantage of those uh, points where you can buy it cheaper. But at a glance, 3.96 for me is the support area, nearest support that I can already spot. So if you can place your order around 3.96, and even better. But we don't know. That's really the problem with the market. No one can predict it. Sometimes with this solid green, you can never tell. There could be a gap up, continue to move higher, and then it won't even give you a chance anymore at the 3.96. So just play it by ear. But one thing I can say here is that one, your RSI is already showing some signs of weakness over here, right? However, okay, while the price was moving higher, right, your RSI is showing some signs of weakness. So what happened here is it declined. It respected that. But all of a sudden, there's big volume right here. So again, that's another thing to consider. That could be a trigger of something bullish again. So you have to decide. My take here is look at the bigger picture. Why are you entering in this stock? So if the bigger picture really satisfies your objective, then at least in case, it might take some time before it goes higher again, then you wouldn't really mind, because at one point you can be profitable even if you have to stay there for a few weeks or months. Okay, MBT is next. MBT, I just want to share to everyone that I did a test buy here. I entered, I think last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, last Thursday I entered right here because of the dividend. The dividend is giving us really a promising figure here. So X date is March 2. So for those people who are doing this for the very first time, so on Monday is March 1. Then if you want to buy, make sure you buy on the 1st, so that the next day, March 2, the first minute of the day, the system sees you as a holder of MBT, then you are now eligible to get the dividend. Okay, sometimes people want to exit on the X date. That's fine, for as long as the first minute of the day the system sees you as a holder, then you are already okay. You're okay to get that, and you can exit on the second as well. So that's how you play it. However, if there's really a good volume and buying sentiment is still there, even if it declines for a few cents or a few pesos, then just add more, because we're talking about MBT here. It's not just any other stock that could go bankrupt anytime. Also, it gives out regular dividend, right? Normally it's only 1 peso, but here it's 1 peso plus 3 pesos. It's, I think, 4 pesos, right? So 4 pesos at its current value, then that's around what? Almost 10%. 9%. 9 something. Let me get that. So 4 over 50. Oh, it's 8%. Imagine that, holding the stock for a few days will give you an 8% gain. And what if the stock goes up even more, considering that the current technicals of the stock is that we are not at the oversold level, and we have just started the push to the upside. So there's still a big potential for the stock to push even higher. Plus the dividend, very timely. So my take here is take advantage of this on Monday, and so that you're qualified. Uh, for me, this 51.79 level or 52 level will be easily broken. So your call, right? Would you like to wait for the breakout, or if it fluctuates by uh, Monday, actually whatever level that is, it's fine, because I'm sure it's not just me who recommend this, but a lot of people are also paying attention to MBT because of the dividend. And so I have a feeling the stock will move higher in the coming days. So there's capital appreciation plus, of course, your dividend. The next stock is SM. SM, we're still moving below the MA20 line, so I am not really feeling good at the moment. I think this stock could still give you an opportunity to enter at a cheaper level. So now what I'm plotting here is that nearest support. So the nearest support I see is around the 983 level. So I think those people who are interested in SM are really long-term investors here. So what they would normally do is just buy the dips. Okay, so that's our support area. APL at the moment has established a bounce, 0.2550. Okay, so I said the last time that I am I'm placing an order at 0.24, and again, I think what happened here was, I don't know what happened. It did not take my order again. Oh, the lowest point was 0.2403. It did not reach the exact price of 0.24. I don't know. It just did not fill my order. But I still want to stick to my 0.24 then. Because I feel that this stock could just bounce anytime soon. So I hope I could add some more because I exited at 0.28 the other time before this pullback happened. ICT, while the rest was red last Thursday and Friday, this stock, on the other hand, had some selling spree last Friday. I mean, Wednesday, Thursday it was green, then Friday profit taking. Yeah, with some foreign buying that happened. That's nice. So I'm plotting my support at 118 level, 118.29. Okay, around that level. So let's see, let's observe. Hopefully it holds. Otherwise, look at that. This is a bit risky for position traders. That this might already look risky because imagine we have already rallied significantly since March. While the rest was down, this stock is moving higher and higher, and now we're touching the support again. So it has to hold. But if you want to get in, make sure you set your stop loss levels really early. Otherwise, imagine how steep this is. Chances are it could do this, right? Moving this way and then sideways, and then it breaks down. That could be a formation of this stock if it does not hold the 118 level. BPI had a bounce. Good job. This is a bounce, guys. So looking promising here. As I mentioned earlier, the index had also manifested some bounce. So this could already mean that these stocks, banks, video, major players are already bouncing. So that's the support I can see at the moment. Yeah, 84. So take advantage of those dips, fluctuations. So get in as near as you can to the 84 level. But definitely, the setup right now is very promising. We still have some room for the stock to move even higher. At one point, we'll reach 120. So that's good. Okay. So I think this is a buy. It's already a buy for this stock. I know there's a request for SECB. Let's take a look at SECB. SECB also bounced. So pretty similar to the other banks that we are closely monitoring. This too manifested a bounce with some foreign buying that happened. But volume is just so-so. Comparing it with BDO, where volume is so significant. Okay, so I think I might try this out next week. Okay. Well, what is next? Let's talk about Ali. Ali also gave us a good bounce with a 1% gain. However, we got rejected at the MA20 line. So that means it might take some time before it crosses the MA20 level. So it might, do sideways first before it crosses. But the volume, right? You see the volume? So volume for the past how many months? It's just flat. And last Friday, we noticed a change. See that increase in the volume. That means the buying sentiment is starting to pick up here with, okay, it has a 0.13 cash dividend, and next date is on the 5th. So just take note of that. All right, guys, so that's our video for this evening. I hope I was able to review at least one stock or two that's in your portfolio. Please take action according to your profile, guys. I want to share that my profile is on a mid to long term investor, and I also do position trading and swing trading. Sometimes if I'm able to watch the market, then I can do momentum trading uh, at a faster time frame. But normally, what really influences my decisions is the daily chart. Okay, so I try to buy when a stock is very near the oversold. Okay, so please, don't take action because I just said that it's already. It looks like it's a buy signal for this particular stock, and I'm only saying that because that's my profile, that's my perspective. I will just be your second voice, but please do study, build that muscle memory. Take the time to look at the charts, create your trading plans, trading strategies. Uh, that way, someday we can just be your source of entertainment because you really know how to do it yourself. Okay? In the meantime, guys, thank you for watching. Happy Saturday, everyone. Bye bye.